Propel Fitness Water. With Gatorade electrolytes, zero sugar, and vitamins, Propel hydrates better than water to help you get the most out of your workout and get back to your best self. What propels you? Propel with Gatorade electrolytes.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on a DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries, now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Shave ice by the beach. A trip to the state fair. And a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
Coach Unplugged is brought to you by great people over at teachhoops.com. For coaches who want to get better. From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. Here is your host, Steve Collins.
Hey everybody, welcome to Coach Unplugged, episode 598. Happy Tuesday. Today, before we jump in, we're talking about scouting a little bit again today. But before we jump into the podcast, I'd like to give a big shout out to our two sponsors today. First of all, Dr. Dish, the number one shooting machine on the market. Not only is it innovative, not only is it easy to use and break down, not only are they the only ones to come up with something, the first shooting machine that's specifically designed for the home that you can use in a world pandemic. Call them. They'll work with you financing. They'll work with you trade in, all sorts of things. So call them, mention Coach Unplugged, and they'll give you $350 off your next purchase. That seems like a great deal to me. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Today's podcast, we're going to sit and talk to a teachhoops.com member. We broke some film down for him. This is one of the many things we do on one-on-one calls and office hours. Jake and I actually took some film. We looked at it. We came back. We discussed his team. Again, it's going to be a little bit hard because this is audio. I believe I put this one up on my YouTube channel. But we broke down film for him. We talked about specific players. We talked about things we could do. There's nothing else like this on the web that gives you this. Also gives you resources. Also gives you courses. Also gives you office hours. Also gives you all those things. So come over and join us at teachhoops.com. You won't be disappointed. It's a great time to join right now. I know it's a tough time for everyone, but it is a great time to come join us and join our community. I don't think you'll be disappointed. All right, so let's head off to the podcast.
Because in the playoffs, we always have 3 referees, and they call way too many fouls, and so now you got 3 guys calling tons of fouls. So
rather than 2.
Yeah. So anyway, it doesn't seem like that's but I actually prefer it that way, just based on the way they call the game.
All right, I know why that.
I mean, every referees are different, but that's why I noticed in the playoffs, it felt like everybody had to get their input in. But
right, anyway, everybody's got to everyone's got to start playing. Yeah, I get it. I mean, that's common.
But I know most people have 3 years, but
a lot have 3. All right, so I'm going to do.
They're probably going to go to 3. They've been talking.
It's better for the kids. All right, hold on. All right, I'm just going to start it right here. So what was the final score of this game?
I don't know at the top of my head. They ended up beating us by 15 or so.
I watched it all this morning. You were close with them to about the middle of the fourth quarter, and then they kind of blew you out.
Then they just blew us out, yeah.
I wonder if I could play it through Huddle rather than as an MP4, because I know everyone in the world is on their Wi-Fi right now, so I think it's slowing it up a little bit. All right, jump in whenever you want. So what's your observation on this game? And then I'll tell you what. I only watched the first half. I didn't get to the second half. Mark, what's your thoughts? And I have some defensive thoughts for sure.
I'd rather just hear you guys' thoughts because I've already got my thoughts.
Okay, so your zone is good, but you don't. I would work on matching up, in the sense that like that last possession that we just had, the ball was on the right side. And it's like this guy over here, the bottom left guy, he's not guarding anybody. So they should actually be guarding someone at all times, or at least the closest guy.
Okay.
So like there's two guys in the ball. If you want to trap, that's fine. But if you're going to trap, then that should be denied. That pass back out should be denied. That's what kills you. Is
right.
That,
we just started trying to work on trapping the second half of the year, and that's one big mistake we were making. Like you said, we weren't cutting off the lanes once we get to the trap.
Yep,
so
and you got to cut off the passing lanes, and then
right.
Even though it's zone, they should always be guarding someone. Like who's the close? Like
so tell me. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Coach, but tell me. So like when the ball's on this side,
okay, so like right there, everybody should have somebody. Like so, if you look right there, this guy's on here, this guy's here, this guy flashes in the middle. He should be coming across, right? This guy is staying over there, but this guy's gonna. My guess is this guy's gonna get the ball because the top guy has that guy. So when you hit play, okay, he's got to stay with him until he hands him off. Now I don't mind this guy standing up here and him sitting down here and protecting the paint. But then I don't remember what, I can't even tell. It's like I think that's 24. 24 should hand him off to the guard. And then if the guard has to come out on this guy, then 24's got. I mean, there's two guys guarding the ball here. So if you're trapping, that's fine. Got to deny. This guy should come up and deny the reversal. This guy should deny here and make him skip it. So I think part of what I saw is that those skips and dribble penetrations are what killed you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So stop. So like right there, if you gap that, gap that,
and then your high post guys were always having their back turned, and so they were never flat, so you never had the middle clogged up enough. So like if they're not going to guard anybody, at least they can do is guard up space and keep the lane from. I felt that if they're not going to guard anybody, the least they can do is pack it in. But there are too many times. Look at the 13 here; he should be way more down in the high post because that guy's doing nothing out there.
Right.
And then
no, which
guy are you talking about?
Which guy are you talking about, Jake?
Number 13 in the high, like opposite of the 2-3.
Okay.
Like why is he guarding that? NBA guys don't shoot from that gray line. So unless you're trapping, he should be back in the semicircle.
Correct.
Because he can help with this other guy flashing up, and then you're at least clogging up the middle.
Right.
He's of no use there. Him coming high is like heaven for me because I'm just gonna flash that open space like that.
So, Coach, what do you tell the kids? Because I've been saying this for years. I tell them every time for the game, hey, guys, people always put shooters on the wings. Don't even worry about the guy at the top of the key, blah, 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 blah. Because that's what everybody always does. No, don't worry about the guy at the top.
I would say you should never have a foot outside the three-point line. Like, you shouldn't be outside. Go ahead and shoot those, guy. We'll win if you shoot those. Like, you can have your foot on the three-point line, but it shouldn't be outside the three-point line. Like,
okay, so that's a good rule.
Guarding them
do not step out.
Yeah.
Right. I got you.
Why are you guarding them that far out, kind of thing?
Well, that's probably me not being clear, just saying don't go too far out, but not get them the set guidelines.
Yeah, you got to give them the specifics. So hold on. Okay, Jake, go through your notes while I reboot this.
Hey, Jake, before you jump on that, just real quick, just to clarify, when you talk about handing people off, is it a matter of actually just the guys talking and just saying, you've got 22 and just talking the whole time, or is there any other?
Yeah, so like here's a prime example of me pausing it right here. So that's number 23 as the ball. Who is number 12 guarding?
Actually, I don't have it pulled up.
Oh, wait. I gotta share it. So I'm talking to myself. That's my bad. Trying to reboot it. Okay, so this is a prime example where I paused it right here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like who is 12 guarding?
No one.
No one. Right. So you're of no use to me on the court if you're not going to guard someone. So here's what's got to happen is he's either got to drop down and those other two guys got to rotate, or he's got to come up and guard 23 and then these guys rotate.
You might have your wing guys start to come up a little bit further.
Right. And then when we talk about handing off, what we do is 12 would yell, "I got him." He'd come up, and then 14 would drop back, and then 12 or whatever that other guard up top would drop back, and then you could rotate. You literally got to talk. Like, you guard him. We never want to leave the ball ever. Like, never leave the ball. Like, never. But as soon as one of your teammates says, I got him, then you can rotate off. So he would stay there until someone comes and guards him. He's not going to – he's the guy guarding 23 is doing the right thing. The issue is he's not guarding anybody. That's the problem.
So Coach, I was telling, because they had two big guys that could both, jump off 2 feet, dunk. They're much better rebounders than us. Yep. So I was having my bottom guy front the guys every single time.
Yep.
So right there, I have the guy trying to front. But what you're saying is that's fine. But then my other wing guy should bump that guy down.
It'd be easier for 12 to front, because 12 could just drop down. He's already fronted. And then I don't know what numbers.
But it's okay for him to be there for a second till the 12
I don't remember what
out.
happens here.
So he's still fronting, and the 12's not guarding anybody.
Right, and you're in a disadvantage right now. You literally have 3 of your guys on one guy, so they have an advantage. A good team would skip this. This guy's wide open over here. So I like this. Attacking the rim. But yes, you literally got to yell like, "I've got him. You've got him." Like. Everyone right now should be guarding someone. It's a zone, but you're guarding someone.
Guarding.
Yep.
So
I got him. So right there in that corner, two people were guarding. What'd you say, Mike?
No. So if you're on the back side and there's no one back there, though, you would
go
still
find the closest. You should find the closest guy.
Could you rewind, Coach? Could you rewind that just real quick so you could explain that again? So,
like right here.
It was actually a little bit before that.
Before that. What is that? 356. Okay, so stop. Like, who is everyone guarding? This guy's guarding the bottom guy. The middle guy's guarding him. He should be guarding him. He should be on him, and he should be on 15.
So we're good right there.
Right there you are. Okay, so right here, the guy again. Your guy isn't guarding anybody. This guy is not guarding anybody. So he should sink it, get as low as the lowest guy is what I always say on a zone, because he's going to guard ball. 14 is going to come up here and guard 11. I could see 12 guarding 15, or at least getting in the paint knowing he has them. But this guy's not guarding anybody.
Okay.
If I'm 24, the team, the guy in the white here, I would have stopped at short corner and looked for a pass, because this guy's not. And then watch what happens when I hit play. Okay, he's still not guarding anybody. You're guarding space. You don't want to guard space in a zone. You want to guard a person.
And so when that guy, because they were just running a guy from
but eventually I think at least he ended up stopping. He ended up not going all the way to the corner. He'll eventually read that he's going to stop at the short corner, because why would I go out to the corner? Because I'm just running to you. I'm going to stop before that.
So when he is running, the other guy that was not guarding anyone, who would probably get the runner, the guy that's running the baseline as he comes across? So he's coming.
Yep. One of the not the middle guy in the 2-3, one of the wings, the bottom wings.
One of the wings would get him when he came all the way across.
Yep. And then if you watch here, we'll go back to this. Stretch here, because you notice that you'll have 2 guys on the ball. So again, it's about handoffs. So when the ball goes there.
14's too high.
Right. Yep. Look at these 2 guys are guarding the ball. This guy's wide open. Like, if he moved 2 feet, and what number is that? 15. If 15 flashed to the elbow, he'd get a wide open shot and a one-on-one attack to the rim. He's standing out there for a 3 at this point. But so no one's guarding the guy in the corner, which is, if you're going to trap, then this bottom guy's got to go out and this guy's got to front and make him skip it like that. And again, 2 guys on the ball again, which is fine. But if you're going to put 2 guys in the ball, front, which is perfect. So your big guy did a good job on that. This guy's got to deny this pass out. And then this guy, the bottom guy, which is 24, or I think 24, he's got to guard 2 guys and look for the steal. You know what I'm saying? You got to front the low post whenever you trap. Otherwise, that's going to happen. They're going to attack the rim and kill you. I mean, that's what I mean. I would have 24, and I'd just have him get on the wing and just go at the rim at you.
So the way that I was teaching the guys in the wing is, when the ball comes to the wing, is for the wing just to jump out for a second, and then the person coming across, the top guy, to bump them back down.
Yep. They got to talk on the bumps though, and then.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's more than that though. They're too robotic in doing that, and they're not actually guarding someone. Is the gist of that?
Yes.
That's what I'm seeing. Yeah.
Yes. And that will take care of some of the because that's what Jake was just saying. That will take away those flashes to the middle, because zones will flash to that middle, and those are the ones that you have to jam. You have to jam those flashes. You can't let them flash to the middle, because if 22 and 24 catch it in the middle, you lose. For watching it, I mean, those shots all day. I mean, I literally in film session, I'd say if he shoots 10 of those, we win. We want 24 shooting those. Now, we don't want him attacking the rim and getting to the free throw line, but we want him attacking those. What else, Jake? What is that, 5-0? Why don't you share your stuff while I reload this? Move the mic up so I can hear you. I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. I said I liked when they trapped a little bit. I felt like your guys played a little bit harder, more defensively out of the 2-3 when you added some trapping. When I watched them in the second half, I felt like the 2-3 got slow when you didn't trap, and there was a lot of times in the second half that the other team was just able to dribble right around your guys. And they got very complacent. So that's something that you want to be aware of. Are you playing this team again next year?
Yeah, we'll be in their. We're going to move up a division most likely, so they'll be in our division.
Yeah, to me they were a team that was ready for the 2-3 zone. Just in retrospect of watching them, just for you to know, because I felt like they ran 4 or 5 different things against your 2-3. They ran that backside lob. They ran like a really good X action. So they were prepared for the 2-3.
So that's why you have to have something else in your arsenal.
That's what I'm trying to get at, is that you're going to have something else, because they were totally prepared. They overload the zone multiple times to the corner.
Yep.
They ran a 2-1-2 set. They ran an X set. They ran a bunch of stuff that I would have ran against the 2-3, because the high post was so easily to expose. They're going to be, obviously, they seem pretty well coached. They probably see a lot of 2-3 throughout the year, just because of the mismatches that other teams have against them, because they do have some size. Those 2 big kids probably give other teams problems as well. So that was one thing I thought about, is like, what can you do to add into your arsenal for next year? Because I don't think you're going to be able to beat them with the 2-3 zone the entire game, that's for sure. Thinking about maybe if you want to add some wrinkles in your 2-3, like the trapping that you did, you may want to look at opportunities to double the post, because
I like that idea too. That was on my notes. It's like sometimes I think you just got to come at them, because it's got to be in spurts.
Which
you can't trap
you
this
did
team
the first couple minutes, and then you did early in the third quarter, and you had some success, and then it kind of went away.
When you're saying double. I was just going to say, Jake, so when you say double the post, then just the middle guy just doubles and then try to cut off the lanes and get a steal?
What I would say is that, like, then if you're not gonna front, then you play directly behind, and then that wing guy comes and doubles, or you have the doubler actually come from the opposite wing, and and you double the post.
So which guy from the opposite wing? So if it's doubled on,
like forcing them to skip the ball. So like you're the opposite side of the 2-3, like really pinch it in and look to double, like the backside guy.
He's gonna sink.
I've never tried that.
Do you know what I'm saying, Steve, or no?
I think I do. I was gonna try to diagram it here.
Yeah, I've never thought of that.
Let me move this. I got to get my stuff ready for next week too, to diagram things better, because I have my. Okay, so what kind of offense? How are you going to set up the X's? Where do you want me to put them?
Let's have one guy at the post.
One guy here, high post.
Low post. Say the ball's coming low post.
Right here.
Other way, other side.
Over here.
Yeah, ball up the wing.
Ball up here.
Have a guy on top.
Up here or over here?
Either way.
Okay, so we'll put X1.
The guy at the wing.
Okay.
And then they're probably going to, in this circumstance, they're probably going to overload. And so probably a guy in the corner.
Right. Say ball side corner?
Yeah.
Okay. And then a guy over here.
Yeah. And so the key, the idea is you got to figure out where your best situation is for them to double. So this guy would play, the middle guy's going to play tight against him back to back.
Okay. So X2 is going to come up.
No, you're going to have the middle guy play tight directly behind him.
Behind X5?
Yeah. And then what I'm thinking the trap comes from is from the number 1 guy over here.
Hey, everybody. Hope you're enjoying the podcast. I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsors. First of all, teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. We're all shut in right now, and we're all kind of working through things. This is a great time to come work on your craft and come over and work on teachhoops.com. Come over and work on your basketball craft at teachhoops.com. But more importantly, this episode is brought to you by the people at VO. It is a portable sports camera company that is so easy to use. it basically it comes in this box. It looks like a little briefcase. It's actually smaller than a briefcase. You'll open it up, you'll put it on top, you'll put it on the tripod, you'll lift it up as high as you need to go, and you'll hit record, and boom, you're done. That's it. It's so easy to use. It's AI technology is unbelievable. 180 degrees. And the great people over there are offering free shipping right now, and they are offering $100 off. So I'll put this down in the show notes, but vo.co/unplugged. And then when you get to the checkout, go use Unplugged 100 off, and they'll take really good care of you. All right, let's go back to the podcast. So where's the ball gonna? So you're saying trap here at X2?
No, I'm saying trap. The ball gets inside to the post, right?
Oh, in here. Yep.
Right. 2 picks up the guy over here where he just entered the ball. 4 picks up the guy over here, and the backside guy, which is number 1 over here, sets
he
the
doubles.
trap. Yep.
And then he sinks.
He's got to be higher, and he's covering 2. But that means that guy's got to directly go over top. But the problem is that you're pretty short.
But what Jake's saying is that's a hard pass for X5 to make it to X4.
Exactly.
The steal
more likely it's always going to go skip out to X1. And then you can deny the pass for those other 2 guys, and the ball goes inside.
Right.
I don't know. He didn't. I don't think that guy number 22 or 24 had increasingly great post moves. So you could play behind him once. So I'm just saying, like, you could play directly behind him and force him to skip and make that pass every time. It's just an option.
I like that too.
Right.
And it's an easy, because X5 wants to pass to X3 or X2. He wants to pass it out same side. He doesn't want to turn his body and look the opposite way.
And he's not going to make a great pass every time either. It's just not in. He's just not strong enough based on what I see. And then you just kind of get in his back a little bit. You only got, like you said, right now, 2 referees. They're not going to see everything. Just an option.
I like that. I've never thought about that. I just usually have them always front the post.
Well, and the thing is, you want those other guys shooting. You don't want 22 and 24 attacking the rim and shooting. You want the other guys. You would rather run out at those other guys and make them shoot, I think.
Right, and then those guys are already in a position to pack in the lane. So if you do get beat, you still have coverage inside.
Because he's sinking.
Say if the other guy beats him back door, well, that little Johnny's still in the middle waiting for that other pass. I mean, that guy number 1 is still in the lane because he was about to double, but they skip back out. At least he's in protection of the lane.
Okay, that's a good thought.
That makes sense.
I like that. And I normally, in most games, I switch up, and we usually do 2-2-1 press, and we run a 1-3-1. I was just too apprehensive with their big guys of running the 1-3-1, but
you did a good job attacking. What else do you have on your list?
Basically, for defense, finding a different way to play defensively, I think is going to be huge because they'll be prepared for the 2-3. I thought the other team did a pretty good job. Then I looked at style of play. You can't get in a race with these guys, in my opinion. You got kind of in a foot race, and I watched your offense. I felt the ball didn't move side to side very often. It became, you want to limit possessions against a good team like that. So you need to make them challenge you to play within your offense. One thing I noticed is that your bigs don't move off the dribble well. So I think a 5-out is a better idea for you next year, like we talked about. It seemed every time they penetrated, sometimes your bigs got in the way when your guards were getting into the lane. They don't know how to, I say, if somebody drives baseline and I'm opposite block, I want to get to the tee, as I call it, or get to the tee, or I got to get to the short corner. I got to get high on the elbow. Your guys just kind of stand there. They don't really do a good job of rotating off the ball, and dribble penetration is happening. If you go to a 5-out, I think you're going to have better opportunities for better attacking as well. So because we talked about there just times where I felt that, more ball movement, player movement, spacing, at times players are making direct cuts to the ball. You're running a ball screen offense. A lot of times you only got one screen out of it.
That kills you right there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get open threes against these guys. They're not that good defensively.
That's the point I'm trying to make with limiting possessions. I think one thing that they did a better job than you did is they had better opportunities of scoring. Like, they had better looks. You didn't have as good as looks as they did. And I think you could make it difficult by running some more efficient offensive half court.
I think you could take some
Right.
time off. I think you should take some time. You could take some time off the clock and make 24 and 22 work on defense because you're going to get some shots. It's not like they're taking away your 3-point shot. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, and you didn't really get to the free throw line a lot this game at all. That was another thing is if you want to stick with a team like that, you got to get to the free throw line. Your guys, when they got to the line, they didn't finish strong. I wrote down guards need to fit. Your guards are quick, but they don't finish with 2 feet. They kind of go in midair and hope the ball's going to go in. I don't know if that makes any sense when I say that.
Yeah, it's
what
like,
do you mean not finished? You mean jump stop instead of driving in?
When you're under control and you're attacking the rim, you're going to get the call more. When you're out of control.
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Jake. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jake.
What we're saying is we got a guy, his name is Forrest Larson. It's a guy that I would suggest looking up or getting into for your guards. I think it'd be beneficial. It's all about 2 feet finishing and jump stopping around the rim. I mean, your guards aren't super skinny. Number 12 is built like a brick shit house. So is 14. They're strong, but they need to finish strong all the time. And I think 12 was the strongest guard out there. He could have really gotten to the rim even more if he wanted to. And so I like overall, I think you get a legit shot. It's just kind of controlling and finding different ways defensively. I think you got a legitimate shot to beat these guys.
Yeah, I do too.
I am.
That's all I have.
The one senior I am losing is number 12 though, unfortunately. But I'll have to have some other guys step up.
On my list, he was the player that could take over games for you based on what I saw. I could be completely wrong. He was the player.
Yeah. No, that's all super good insight. That's super helpful. I guess one follow-up question that I have is that's where I always struggle with pushing the ball up and as far as the pace, because I feel like when we do push the ball up, we end up getting better shots just because they're in transition and not really set up. And maybe that's just a matter that our half-court man offense is not that good. So maybe we just need to
I think there's probably a couple things too. Against lesser teams, it's easy. I think against better teams, especially if you're going to move up a division, it's going to be. I can't hear you, Jake. I can't hear you.
To beat the good teams, and if you're not as good as they are, you're going to have to learn how to beat and grind with them in the half court.
Yeah,
you're just going to have to work on it.
I mean,
and I think the 5-0 would be the best suit for you guys.
Yeah, as Jake's breaking up here a little bit.
I got it.
Basically, what he's saying is, it's okay to beat the better teams. You're gonna have to grind with them at some point, and I think you watch them. They're taking they're taking some time to find the shot that they want. Sometimes I think you guys settle a little bit for the shots, and they're decent shots, but I think you can even get a better shot. And he that's a 4-footer. You're taking a 22-footer, which isn't bad. But that's kind of the difference. And again, either pass that back out or shoot it. So, there was one pass and it was a shot. It was fine, and you got the rebound. But I think you can get that. I think you can get that shot you just took right there anytime you want. Yeah. I'm not that impressed with their defense. I think it's okay, but it's not like you can't score. So maybe you have to have an offensive call of like, okay, I think you were up 7-0.
10-0.
You're up 10-0. Now it's 12-10. So obviously they're on a run. Yeah. You went on a run, and they're on a run. When a team's on a run, that's not a good shot. That's a good shot when you're on a run. That's a good shot. So the what happened here is you got off to a good start. He took a timeout. He settled his guys, and then so that's what they have to. That's where film breakdown's really important. Is like, okay, this shot is really good for you 80% of the time, but they just went on a 7-0 run. This isn't a good shot for you right now. A good shot for you is attacking the rim, getting to the free throw line, us passing the ball 4 or 5 times, and then getting an open shot. So that's a little bit of how they made this run is
right. So if I wasn't going to, it was towards the end of the quarter, so I didn't blow a timeout. But
I don't know if I would have blown it maybe a little bit earlier, but that's not even the issue. The issue is those timeouts are too valuable. That's where, at least in my film sessions, I would have taken this first quarter and said, okay, let's look at this. What did we do well? What did we not do well? And they know that they went on a run. It's not like you have to point out they went on a run, but you want to point to them how you can change that so they don't go on a run next.
Right.
What I convince my leaders is you have to stop the run rather than me sometimes. You know, sometimes I can take a timeout and stop the run, but sometimes you have to stop the run. And you know when they're on a run, you can feel it. So those quick threes or one pass and a shot while they're coming down and making 7 passes and getting a layup or going to the free throw line, that's the difference in the game. So you have to be able to stop those shifts.
So when they got on a run, because I'm the same way, I like to save all my timeouts to the end of the game if possible. But I do have a play where it's basically that they only do paint shots until I call it off. So it's like for a minute or what, just run the offense, only layups.
And you can do that.
Until I call it off.
I would have changed my defenses.
Yep.
I would have substituted. I mean, there's ways you can do it without taking a timeout. But yes, a call like that, like we have calls like that too, where one's red and one's black. Red is if you shoot, you might as well walk home. And black is it better be a layup. So red is stop shooting because we're up 6
Right.
a minute and a half. And then black is we'll take a layup kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So you can, those are easy calls, and we practice it. We practice running red for a minute and a half in practice. You just run the offense, run it. Not that you would do that in the first quarter on a run, but you might run a black call where we're only going to shoot a layup or you attacking the rim at that point. So it just, what it does too is even if you don't score, it takes a little bit of air out of their balloon.
Right.
You know, that's the thing.
It
Or
breaks the momentum a little bit.
It does. It changes the momentum. All you're trying to do is change momentum. It's one of the reasons I gave up volleyball because there's no way for me to change momentum in volleyball. I couldn't do it. Like it snowballed. I could sub and I only had 2 times. So I wasn't able to do it. So I would do that. And then I would also do changing up on the defensive end. I think both of those are really
right. No, that's great. And I think one of the challenges that I have, which I'll try to fix next year, is I was running a simple ball screen offense. Right. And the kids rarely go past the first ball screen. They just, it's in their mind is saying, oh, it's a ball screen. So I need
and then I get to, then I get to score. No. And then part of that is, I'm thinking I can find you some film too. What you want to do is show them people running offense well.
Yeah. You might even want to find a continuity that you just go to if you need to grind to. If your guys aren't very good at running anything,
run flex, run the swing. Yeah, something.
Or the swing. Steve and I have ran that for years. So if you need a PDF, you need that kind of stuff, just to have a staple. I mean, not like just something to go to. I'm a firm believer. You got to have 3 different things. You got to have a freelance motion style offense. You read and react. You got to have some type of continuity, and then you got to have your sets. Sometimes continuity is just used to get some flow in, you know?
Right. And it depends on your team. Like when my teams were really good, I used my continuity so they wouldn't shoot every time. That because they were all good, they could all create off the dribble on their own. So it's like I had to slow them down and run like the swing to just slow them down. Otherwise, they were just like gonna like try to go on you and dunk on you kind of thing. So you got to. That's where and then maybe we needed to score, we'd run a set, or maybe we needed to give them the freedom and we're down and we needed to clear out a side. Great, we could do that. So
awesome.
Did this help?
Really good stuff, guys. That was super helpful. I've never had it breaking down like that. That's super helpful.
Good. I'm glad. All right. We'll talk next week. Get some sleep, Jake. Hey, Coach. Hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you subscribe and like. Go over right now. Stop. Join teachhoops.com. Say, I want to become a better basketball coach. I want to win a state title. I want to learn what it takes to take my team to the next level. Well, I can help you do that. I've been through all the battles you've been through. Let me help you through this great process we call coaching. All right. Have a great day. Like what I convince my leaders is you have to stop the run rather than me sometimes. You know, sometimes I can take a timeout and stop the run, but sometimes you have to stop the run. And you know when they're on a run, you can feel it. So those quick threes or one pass and a shot while they're coming down and making 7 passes and getting a layup or going to the free throw line, that's the difference in the game. So you have to be able to stop those shifts.
So when they got on a run, because I'm the same way, I like to save all my timeouts to the end of the game if possible. But I do have a play where it's basically that they only do paint shots until I call it off. So it's like for a minute or what, just run the offense, only layups.
And you can do that.
Until I call it off.
I would have changed my defenses.
Yep.
I would have substituted. I mean, there's ways you can do it without taking a timeout. But yes, a call like that, like we have calls like that too, where one's red and one's black. Red is if you shoot, you might as well walk home. And black is it better be a layup. So red is stop shooting because we're up 6 a minute and a half. And then black is we'll take a layup kind of thing. So you can, those are easy calls. And then we practice it. We practice running red for a minute and a half in practice. You just run the offense, run it. Not that you would do that in the first quarter on a run, but you might run a black call where we're only going to shoot a layup or you attacking the rim at that point. So it just, what it does too is even if you don't score, it takes a little bit of air out of their balloon.
You
know, that's the thing.
It breaks the momentum a little bit.
It does. It changes the momentum. All you're trying to do is change momentum. It's one of the reasons I gave up volleyball because there's no way for me to change momentum in volleyball. I couldn't do it. Like it snowballed. I could sub and I only had 2 times. So I wasn't able to do it. So I would do that. And then I would also do changing up on the defensive end. I think both of those are really good.
Right. No, that's great. And I think one of the challenges that I have, which I'll try to fix next year, is I was running a simple ball screen offense. Right. And the kids very rarely go past the first ball screen. They just, it's in their mind is saying, oh, it's a ball screen. So
and then I get to, then I get to score. No. And then part of that is, I'm thinking I can find you some film too. What you want to do is show them people running offense well.
Yeah. You might even want to find a continuity that you just go to if you need to grind to. If your guys aren't very good at running anything,
run flex, run the swing. Yeah, something.
Or the swing. Steve and I have ran that for years. So if you need a PDF, you need that kind of stuff, just to have a staple. I mean, not like just something to go to. I'm a firm believer you got to have 3 different things. You got to have a freelance motion style offense, you read and react. You got to have some type of continuity, and then you got to have your sets. Sometimes continuity is just used to get some flow in, you know?
Right. And it depends on your team. Like when my teams were really good, I used my continuity so they wouldn't shoot every time. Because, because they were all good, they could all create off the dribble on their own. So it's like I had to slow them down and run like the swing to just slow them down. Otherwise, they were just like gonna like try to go on you and dunk on you kind of thing. So you got to. That's where and then maybe we needed to score. We'd run a set, or maybe we needed to give them the freedom, and we're down, and we needed to clear out a side. Great, we could do that. So,
awesome.
Right. Did this help?
Really good stuff, guys. That was super helpful. I've never had it broken down like that. That's super helpful.
Good. I'm glad. All right, we'll talk next week. Get some sleep, Jake.
Thanks, guys.
Enjoy the warm.
This episode is brought to you by ChatGPT. Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast. Have you guys heard about ChatGPT work? It's the new way to use ChatGPT for bigger multi-step projects. And when you need more than just answers, give ChatGPT work access to your apps and files, and it can create real work documents like spreadsheets, slides, and structured reports. Get started at chatgpt.com by selecting work mode, available on Plus and Pro plans.
Thinking about upgrading your sleep? Now is the time to shop Sleep Number. Trusted by millions for nearly 40 years, Sleep Number offers superior comfort, personalized adjustability, temperature benefits, and value that is unmatched in the industry. And right now, during the Sleep Number Labor Day sale, all mattresses are on sale. Invest in your sleep and experience firsthand Sleep Number's personalized comfort. Stop by a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com to learn more.